Hi everybody, it's Kay here from KayBayly.com, and today in our video we're going to talk about debt, and specifically, is debt weighing you down? Is it making you feel heavy? Is it making you feel stressed? It's not just a matter of your financial life that debt can be affecting, it's actually making all of your life difficult. It affects everything, including your ability to earn more money. So let's talk about your debt. So the very first thing we have to do with debt is actually admit that we've got some. So how much debt do you actually have? Add up all of your credit cards, your car loans, any shop store cards, and any of those loans that you've got at places that give you like the 12 months interest free. But if you don't pay it off in the 12 months, you're in big trouble. So add up all of those debts. So you don't have to include your house mortgage at this point, or any business expenses or anything like that. I'm talking about the credit card type debt, what we call the bad debt. And you need to know the number. It's really important to know that number. And it can feel very stressful. You might get the credit card, letters, and just like, oh, I don't want to open that, and you pay off the minimum and you just don't add up all of the numbers. But like all things that we talk about in tapping, you have to actually know the problem. You have to be able to face the problem and decide what it is and what you're going to do about it. So the very first step is to know your number. So go away now, stop the video, and go and find all of those statements and add them all up. Now, if you have no credit card debt, then maybe this isn't the video for you. But also think about areas of your life where it has been an issue. Sometimes people go the other extreme and they will refuse to take any debt out, even a debt for a house mortgage. And it's like a seesaw. And so many of our issues in life are seesaws, where you're in massive debt or you refuse to get in any debt. And they're both extremes, and they're both about mindset issues that are going on inside you. So if that's you, then this video is for you too. If you've paid off all your credit cards, manage your money well, then maybe you can skip this one. Okay, so you've gone and got all of your credit cards, all of your car debts, all of your loans, anything like that you've got, and added up the number. Now look at the number. It might be just $2,000. It might be $10,000. It might be $50,000. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to judge you because I've been in credit card debt, so I know the feeling. What I want you to do is look at it and admit it to yourself. Say, yes, I'm in this much debt. While we're ignoring our debt, while we're pretending it's not that bad and just trying to just cope, then we end up with all of these feelings inside us. So avoidance obviously is a big one, and yet the stress is still there. We feel that it's impossible to pay off and that we're never going to be able to pay it off, no matter what we do. It's too hard, so let's just not look at it. Now, these are all quite understandable feelings, but they're all actually stopping you from achieving your goal of paying off the debt. Because while we pretend something's not there, then we're not dealing with it, but the stress is still actually affecting our life. Because we're not dealing with something, we all know that, the thing that it's more useful to know what the disaster is than just to know that a disaster is coming. And so that's what it is with the debt. it's good to know what you're facing, know what the tiger looks like. And until you deal with this, it's going to hold you back in every area of your life. So while you're trying to hold and protect yourself, you're also not allowing yourself to be open to the possibility of earning more money. And Margaret Lynch talks about a story where she was setting goals with people, big goals. They were in a group of masterminds, and there was one particular person that was just not succeeding in the group. He just wasn't able to open up and set his goals and feel good about them. And when she questioned him further, she found out that he had quite a large debt that had been brought about by a divorce. So it wasn't that he was a poor money manager, it's just life happens sometimes. And until he was able to admit that to the group, he wasn't able to do the exercises that the group was doing. Because that shame, that guilt, that feeling of hopelessness, that feeling of I'll never be able to do it, just weighs down so heavily that you just cannot achieve the goal. So look at the number, stop avoiding it. And let's think about what we can do now. So tapping obviously is a brilliant idea for bringing down all of that guilt, that stress, that feel of failure, those feelings that it'll never happen, that no matter what I do, I can never pay this off. All of those statements are tappable. Because what you want to do, and what this guy in Margaret Lynch's class achieved, was that feeling like, okay, I know what the tiger looks like, I know what I have to deal with, and now that I've taken that stress response out of my body, I can go for it. I can actually, and he paid his debts off within the year. And that's what you can do too. But the first thing you have to do is admit that you've got the debt. Admit how big it is. How big is this tiger that's chasing you? And dealing with the feelings, the feelings of guilt. Like, I shouldn't have bought that and I didn't do that. And it doesn't really matter whether the debts come about because of, stupid ideas, things that you did. Probably stupid's the wrong word. But, decisions that maybe weren't the smartest ones. Or whether it is something like a divorce that's caused you to end up with a debt. Or whether it was some, important trip overseas because, your mother was dying. Doesn't actually matter. The feeling of guilt, the feeling of stress, the feeling of emotion and the holding you back is actually going to be the same. So clear the feelings that go with it. Face it, it's a fact of life. You're not bad, doesn't mean you're wrong, doesn't mean that there's no hope for you. Get to the feeling, and that's where tapping, we know when we're succeeded at tapping, when we can look at that debt number and go, okay, I'm $50,000 in debt. That's a lot, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pay it off right now, but it's okay. I love myself anyway. And that's why we say that, because it is okay. And you are lovable just as you are, even if it is $50,000 in debt. And then all of that blood can flow back from that stress responses in your body and back into the thinking part of your body, and you're ready to solve the problem. So tap away all of those things. I've got lots of tapping videos on things like stress, overwhelm, feeling guilty, all of those issues. Tap them away and be ready to solve the problems. Now, to help you, I've written a little ebook about money and handling money and the importance of money, because one of the issues that often comes up for us is that we've got into debt because we haven't actually been paying attention to money. Money comes in, money goes out, money comes in, money goes out. Uh-oh, big bill. Oh, well, put it on the credit card, it's okay. Uh-oh, not enough money. Oh, well, and the debt just grows and grows. Now, if that's not how your debt grew, that's okay. But for many people, that will be the issue. And managing your money, especially as entrepreneurs when the income goes up and down and some months are brilliant and some months aren't. How are we going to manage the money? So I've written a really nice little ebook, easy to follow, talks about some of the basic money principles, and opt in below and get the book and start on your way to clearing your debts and clearing all of the emotion around your debt. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's blog and I will see you next time. Happy tapping from Kay.